Hello, I'm Denver Henderson, the Assistant Director of the Williams County Public Library, with another episode of Oddly Peculiar. Every October, WCPL offers its annual historic tour of Fountain Grove Cemetery in Bryan. As the guide for the tour, it is perhaps my favorite library event of the year. The interesting tombstones, the beautiful mausoleum, and the fascinating stories of those interred there make it a different experience each year. For those of you who haven't taken the tour, or who may just want to know more of Williams County's second largest cemetery, I will offer in this episode a brief history and a few interesting residents of Fountain Grove. Until 1854, the main cemetery in Bryan was located near the current intersection of Portland and Center Streets. As the city developed and expanded, the old burial ground was deemed too close to town and too close for comfort. The Fountain Grove Cemetery Association was created and chose a new location 1 mile south of town, a location that was thought to be far enough away that development would never encroach on it. Little did they know that within a century, the city development would reach the outskirts of the cemetery. Fountain Grove Cemetery had one unique feature, a pond. This pond was fed by an artesian well and was large enough to have a bridge spanning it. Unfortunately, this pond was a breeding ground for mosquitoes, and it was drained in the 1960s. The mausoleum was built in 1912, inspired by a national movement for above-ground burial. Constructed in the Egyptian Revival style, it received its first burials in 1913. It features beautiful stained glass windows and is marble throughout the interior. The torches in the windows originally pointed down, holding with the symbolic tradition of showing a torch being snuffed out. However, during the renovation of the mausoleum in 1988, it was decided to turn the torches upright in their current position. There are many interesting people interred in Fountain Grove. A few are Harry Six, internationally known high dive artist, Melvin Boothman, who was a member of the United States House of Representatives in the 1880s, Jacob Holm, Bryan's most successful brewer, who met his end in a horrific accident in his brewery, Vance Brittenriker, well-known graphic designer and artist whose work is displayed in museums across the country, and finally, John and Fritzie Hartman, who were music and theater staples in Bryan for over 4 decades, and many, many more. I know in the popular imagination a cemetery is a place of darkness and foreboding, but the reality is that they are places of peace, remembrance, and a lot of history. So if you get a chance, stop by Fountain Grove. Walk amongst the fascinating tombstones, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find something oddly peculiar.